Greetings and salutations, and welcome to the Dino Brothers podcast. I'm your host, Joe Boogie, as always, joined by my main man, Deuce Deuce. The Raptors are coming off a massive, clutch, much needed win to cement themselves at the top of the Eastern Conference and as one of the teams to beat in the NBA with a 96-92 win over the Grizzlies in the Air Canada Center. Some lines of note are DeMar DeRozan, 21 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds. Terrence, clutch, 3. Ross, with 16 points, 3 of 6 from three-point range. Also, Kyle Lowry, 18 points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds. Some of the Grizzlies who had a good game were Zach Randolph, with 18 points, 18 rebounds, 2 steals. Marc Gasol with 22 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. And Mike Conley with 19 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. What do you got to say, Deuce?
What a battle. That game was brutal to watch. It was tough. I was getting tired just watching them. Memphis is a tough physical team, and they brought it today. But the Raptors, gotta give them credit. They hung in there. It was tough going in the second and third quarter, but they really turned it on in the fourth and managed to squeeze out a win.
It was a back and forth battle. I mean, both teams are going down the court, scoring when they needed to, and playing tough D on the other side. So it was just a back and forth game, and it was a heart shaker. Like I could barely handle myself and contain myself. I wasn't sure if we were gonna pull it off or not.
We were getting beat up on the glass. Like Zach Randolph with 18 rebounds. Like he was just killing us. And I I gotta say, Chuck Hayes played pretty good D. Like shots went in over him, but he came in and he was solid.
For sure, they out rebounded us 50-35, and on the offensive side, 15-7. There was one possession I remember actually where Chuck Hayes was guarding Marc Gasol. He was probably at about the foul line. He was playing tough D, and somehow Gasol just drained that shot.
Yeah, I remember that. It was a fadeaway at the elbow. That like Chuck Hayes was playing good defense on him, but yeah, Marcus, like the Gasol brothers just love to come to Toronto and beat up on us.
Yeah, I mean, Hayes and Fields both got minutes, 0 points, but they played their role.
They were very different minutes. Thank God Fields didn't get too many. I am glad that the Raptors came out and got off to a pretty good start. Like they started the game 9-0, and they were engaged on the defensive end. So it was good to see that.
Yeah, I liked how Jonas right at the start of the game, he got the ball past him at about the elbow, no hesitation, took the shot, swished it. That's what we need to see him do. And he also played well in the first quarter. I felt he was, asserting himself, getting in there with the bigs of Memphis and doing a good job.
Exactly. The bigs in Memphis are pretty much the best in the business. And Jonas, he only got 22 minutes, but I thought he was putting in pretty good effort during those minutes, but just couldn't keep up with them.
Yeah, I mean, Casey tried out a lot of different lineups, which I liked. So I think it was at the start of the second, or at some point he did a standard, let's bring in our 5 bench players. But later he was playing a lot of different lineups. He had Patterson out there with T. Ross at the 4.
Hmm.
So they had like 4 smalls, and just Patterson is the only big they had. What else did I like to see? They had Lou Williams out there with Lowry, DeRozan, Patterson, Amir. And they also had that same lineup, except instead of Lou, it was Vasquez. And I like those different looks. And some of them are more effective than others. Lou was killing it when he was out there. He also helped pull us back in the fourth. He hit a couple of 3-point plays, which were huge.
Yeah, a few timely threes. We needed Lou Williams to step up and fill in for James Johnson, and he put some points on the board, helped us out.
Yeah, no, great game. I mean, the Raptors, they were playing good. They kept scoring. They played defense, but Memphis just wasn't taking their foot off the gas pedal. They had a constant like 6, 8 point lead, but it felt like a lot more, and it felt like they were pretty much scoring at will, or at least every other possession. But the Raps turned it on when they needed to in the fourth.
Yeah, Memphis plays such tough defense, like a lot of contested shots, just swarming in the paint. It's really hard to score on them, and they don't give up the ball too much. I gotta say, I think we were missing James Johnson because Tayshaun Prince lit us up a little bit in there as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's got the size and length, which can be a little bit tricky for us to get adapted to. So, no, James Johnson definitely would have been helpful, but T. Ross, he played well. He turned it on in the fourth, drained some big clutch threes, and brought us back. And then Lowry and DeRozan just took us home.
Yeah, it was amazing to see T. Ross shooting with that kind of swagger. He's got to come out with that more often.
For
Uh,
sure. He was so confident. Pure swag with the big deep three from Ajax. Good call by Matty D.
what did you think of Vince Carter?
Well, I knew we'd eventually get to this point. So, I don't know. I'm personally not a Vince fan. I know this goes against a lot of what how other people feel and, by the reaction, um, you know, people were giving Vince a lot of respect. I'm not a Vince fan. He's a quitter. I can't forgive him for what he's done. I mean, I've moved on. It's water under the bridge, but I'm not a fan of the whole agenda, trying to, make everyone forgive Vince, big him up, and I just feel like it's inauthentic and forced. Like when Vince retires, yes, absolutely, let's honor him. He's a great Raptor. He's done so much for the team. I don't deny any of that. I like Vince as a player, but it's not the time or place at this point to forgive him and honor him. I mean, we don't need to boo him and be assholes, but I don't want to see. I don't know. I felt like having waterworks myself just by the reaction that he was getting. But I felt like it was unwarranted. But no, I mean, I'm glad we can move on, but wasn't what I wanted to see. What are your thoughts on Vince?
It looks like the Raptors propaganda campaign is working. They're pretty much telling us to just get ready for when Vince retires. We're going to retire his jersey. And yeah, let's acknowledge and celebrate the good things that he did here. Um, but I recently saw a Reddit post comparing Vince's last year here to his first year in New Jersey, and that just renewed my sort of, opened some old wounds for me.
Yeah, like I definitely agree. That's what I hate is that they're trying to tell us, it's all the whole MLSE agenda and they're just trying to really push it. That's what I hate. Like, don't tell me how to feel. Like, I was there. I experienced Vince. I know what he put me through. And I am not a illogical, crazy fan. I just understand how I feel, and I'm not ready for that now, and I don't want you to force it down my throat. And the worst is all these uneducated fans are all just jumping on the Vince bandwagon, like, oh, it's cool to like the Raptors now. Like, I love Vince. I'm wearing his throwback jersey. It's like you weren't a fan before. A lot of people who are hardcore fans do like Vince, and I respect that, but I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan of the whole scene that went down. But what I did like was to see Vince give daps to T. Ross and be like, "Yo, young blood, thank you for jumping on the bandwagon, leading this campaign, posting that pic on Insta, getting him all that attention." And it was good to see the passing of the torch when Ross is just dropping threes, leading us to victory.
Yeah, I
And
feel
also,
I feel
oh, go
better
ahead.
about it because we won the game.
Exactly. Like that's what I like though too. Is like Lowry didn't play the greatest all game. He was creating. He shot a couple air balls, but at the end he took care of business, and he was getting it done and does what he always does in the clutch.
Yep. Good game from the Raptors. Really glad we got that win over the best team in the West. So there's our statement.
Yep, great game. I'm very happy with the result. Good performance by the Raps. We stuck with it, and yeah, I mean we're cementing ourselves and getting it done with action, getting the W's when we need to, and hopefully we prove something tonight. So great game by the Raps.
All right, next game's on Friday against the Bucks. Let's roll over those guys.
Sounds good. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Check us out, Dino Brothers, on Instagram, at Dino Brothers _TO on Twitter.
Peace out.